From 10th century BC to 146 BC, the Spartans lived. The society was known for its prestigious soldiers and victories at battle. However, all these soldiers came from somewhere. This was the responsibility of the Spartan women. These were the most liberated women in all of the land. In the Spartan society, a young male would be examined at birth to determine if he would become a strong warrior, and only if he passed the test was he then permitted to live. However, all girls were reared, and immediately after birth, they were given over to the care of their mother. Growing up as a Spartan woman was different than growing up in any other part of Greece. Spartan women were believed to have at least the same importance as men in reproduction. Therefore, since the time of birth, they were put through strict physical training. This, along with nourishment equivalent to the males, provided for an easy time in childbirth. Women in Sparta would be married off at the age of 18 to a male Spartan warrior. Spartan marriage traditions were different than most Greeks. One marriage tradition was when the male Spartan carried off his bride into secrecy. The bride would then be dressed for her wedding in men's clothing with her hair cut short. This is thought to have been this way because of all the homosexual interactions a male Spartan would have during his time in the army. So in a sense, the groom might find it easier to relate to his bride if she looked somewhat masculine. Once married, the couple would not live together for the first 12 years of their marriage, because the male was forced to live in the barracks with the Spartan army. In that time, if the bride could not become pregnant, the marriage, which was held in almost complete secrecy, would not be publicly nullified. The female could still marry again with hopes of proving her fertility through another male. Bearing children was the purpose of a Spartan woman's life. This was because the country was always at war and therefore always needed new soldiers to replace the dead ones. Therefore, childbearing was viewed to be just as honorable as fighting in war, because in essence the children were the future army. An illustration of the importance of childbearing and fighting in war was shown by the law of Lycurgus. This stated that one's burial tomb could not have an inscription of the name of the deceased. The two exceptions, however, are for a man who had died at war or a woman who had died in childbirth. A female Spartan, while married, might have gone through something called wife-sharing. This is the practice of a male lending his wife to another Spartan male citizen in need of producing fit heirs to his estate. It is hard to believe, however, that the outspoken, firm-standing Spartan women would allow their husbands to simply lend their bodies to someone. Therefore, it has been imagined that the Spartan women began making their own connections, whether purely for pleasure or because they understood society's emphasis on the importance of childbearing. A certain lifestyle came along with whichever social class a woman was a part of. If a female was among the lower classes in Sparta, her duty would be that of a seamstress, maid, and wife. If a woman was lucky enough to be born into the upper classes, though, her duties would be more like that of a luxurious housewife. Her time would be occupied with gymnastics, music, childbearing, and household management. Being a girl and born into Sparta then is like being born as a girl into America now. Along with being born into a place with great stability and military power, there is also the advantage of women having greater freedoms in life. While other Greek states such as Athens kept a tight rein on their women, the women of Sparta practiced liberation from the normality of being born a female in the Greek age.